If you guys want one-on-one training, online training, or nutritional coaching, please head on over to my website, jpfitnesspro.com. Just go to the services tab and select which one you would like. You can also subscribe to my newsletter and contact me through my website as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks. What is up, everybody? This is JP here. First things first, I hope you guys are having a good Christmas. I hope you guys are having a good holidays. Let me know and comment down below what you guys are doing, whether you're going to a family across the states, if you're just staying home, you're hanging out with a friend, you're just staying, doing something alone by yourself. That's cool. I know some people don't really like going out, but let me know what your guys' plans are, and I hope you guys all had a good holidays. This video is going to be specifically for all the people starting in the New Year's. All of you New Year, New Me people. Again, some people can kind of talk about it as maybe a little corny, but again, we're not here to just tell people, oh, you shouldn't try. My goal specifically with this video is to help increase the odds of all of you guys who are trying to start your fitness goals in the New Year so you can keep going. What typically happens is people start in January and then they don't make it past February. They usually fall off even in January or February. They don't make it till March. So usually within the first 2 months, they'll fall off. And the main reason behind this, which I'll get over a little bit, is essentially that they're not trying anything new. A lot of these points I actually talked about on my live stream. So if you were on my live stream about like a week ago, you probably will have heard a lot of these points, but a lot of you who didn't will learn something a little bit new. So if you are someone who is starting your fitness goals in the New Year's, your goal is to increase the chances that you continue working out. Now, what happens is people coming into the new year, they have an emotional high. They are getting good emotions from a New Year's and new me. They get motivated because they see all these things in their head about them changing and reaching their goals, which is fine. The problem with that is that these emotions do not last. This whole emotional high and good feeling and new year, new you is only going to last so long. It may last a couple of weeks, which is why people tend to fall off, because when it comes to February, when the focus isn't about a new year, new you, and it's just boring old February with nothing in it except Valentine's Day, people don't want to keep going. So that's the problem, is that people are making 100% emotionally based decisions. If your decisions are just emotional and there's really no logic or structure to them, then you're not really increasing the chances of long-term success. You're increasing your chances of short-term success, but we're not trying to think of the short-term. We're trying to think of the long-term. So the first and most important thing that you can do is do not do the same thing that you've been doing. If you tried working out at the middle of the year, or if you tried working out in September or August or March or April of 2018 and you didn't stick through it, do not do that exact same thing. If you are doing the exact same thing, you're kind of subjecting yourself to the exact same problems that you had then. Now, this thing that whatever workout plan or whatever you were doing before, nutrition plan, if you couldn't do it then, you may be able to do it a little bit longer now because you have this emotional high of the new year, new you. But the main problem is that you're not going to be able to keep doing it. There was a reason why you were not able to do that, and it's going to show in February. It's going to show at the end of January. That whatever that reason is, there are hundreds of different reasons why what you did before didn't work. And we're going to go over some of those in a little bit. So the main thing is do not do the exact same thing, okay? The second thing is you need to find out what you hate, what you hated about that workout program, and you need to remove it. You need to think long and hard about that. Now, there could be multiple things, but let's stay on this point for a little bit. Is we want you to reach your goals, which means that you need to be able to stick to it through the long term. You need to be able to stick through it through all the way through 2019. Now, if you try to do 6 workouts, if you go from no workouts to 6 workouts a week, 2-hour-long workouts, a super strict nutrition plan with no cheat meals, no food you like, just broccoli, corn, sweet potatoes, and plant-based protein or whatever it is you eat, and you're eating the same thing every single day because you're super dedicated, that's probably not going to last. You're increasing your chances of long-term success, in my opinion, are very, very, very slim. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. A couple of you may go that route and try the super hard thing, and you might get really dedicated and you might stick to it, and that's good. But
I'm talking about for the majority of people, that's probably not going to work. So you need to not go to the extremes. These first 2 points are essentially, well, this whole video is talking about adherence. We're trying to increase adherence, and we're trying to increase adherence so that you can stick to whatever you're trying to do. Now, discipline is kind of like the opposite of adherence, in the sense of it's not all about discipline. Discipline is not an infinite resource. It's a finite resource. We don't have infinite levels of discipline. All of us are going to crack at some point. And we want to have that balance of using some discipline, but using tricks and things to increase adherence and make things easy. Don't make things hard for you on purpose. So you need to find out what you hate, and you need to remove it or change it or do something to it. Now, I say hate because you need to be changing and removing the things you hate, not the things that you're kind of like, I kind of don't like that. Because sometimes you have to meet yourself in the middle, and you have to do things that you might not be the most fun thing, but they're tolerable. But if you absolutely hate it, then you need to remove it or change it. And step 3 is going to cover these things so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so things to consider is, let's just say that, let's run through these steps. Let's just say your name is John Doe. Okay, don't do the same thing, okay? Whatever, I was doing workout A. John Doe was doing workout A. And then don't do workout A anymore, okay? You're following this, so let's just say you don't do workout A anymore. You're following along with my video. Find out what you hate, remove it, okay? You start thinking about, what do I not like? You consider all these things. These are the things that, point number 3 is things to consider that might have been hindering you. Time, how long the workouts were. Let's just say John Doe says, wow, my workouts were 2 hours long, and I just didn't like the length of them. I'd go to the gym, they drag on, and then I wouldn't want to go the next day because I knew I had a 2-hour-long workout. You don't need to do 2-hour workouts. You could do a workout in 20 to 30 minutes and be done. So again, so for all of you who say, I don't have enough time, you don't like being in the gym, you don't need, working out does not have to take up that much of your time. It doesn't. So that excuse is gone. You can get a good workout in 20 to 30 minutes. So time, again, cross that out. John Doe, don't do 2-hour workouts. Okay, you don't need to. You can do 20-minute workouts, and then you'll be fine. Now, let's just say John Doe was doing 30, 45-minute workouts, but he was working out 6 times a week. And he says, I just go to the gym too much. I can't go to the gym every day. You don't have to go to the gym every day, John Doe. You don't have to. So frequency, you don't need to work out 6 times a week. They don't have to be long workouts, and they don't have to be high-frequency workouts. You could do a total body workout 3 times a week, 30 minutes each. That's an hour and a half of your time, which anybody can do. So again, those 2 things, remove the gone. Those are the things that might have been the things that you hated with working out. You got to change them. Now, the next thing is intensity. Sometimes, and this is, trainers, you're guilty of this sometimes, doing this to your clients, and you make clients think this. Some people don't like going to the gym because they're either doing a workout program or they're listening to advice from their friends, and they're telling them, you have to give it your all. If you're not puking by the end of the workout, it doesn't count, or you got to take every set to failure, and every set has to be absolutely torturous. It doesn't need to be that difficult in that sort of sense. You don't need to be going to the workout absolutely dying during the sense. You don't need to do a drop set or on every single set. You don't need to go to failure on every single set and have your friend do assisted forced reps with you. It does not need to happen. The science is clear on this. You can stop 3 to 5 reps from failure and make optimal gains that way. I'd argue that especially for people just starting out, you training into failure can actually hinder gains. Because again, science is starting to come out, and the science that we do have on this topic basically saying that purposely seeking soreness is probably not a good idea. Now, if you get sore just because you started working out, that's fine. But I mean, if you're purposely seeking out soreness, your body's more so recovering from the soreness than it is building. So again, if intensity was, let's just say John Doe, he went through these steps and he found out, if he really thought about it, and he's like, well, I don't like my workouts because every single time I go, I'm like dying of soreness the next day, or the workout itself is just too hard. I feel dizzy, or I feel like I want to puke. Don't go that hard. So John Doe fixed that. Now, then the next step for working out is exercise selection. Certain exercises might just bug you, and I actually don't need to go to John Doe on this one. I can actually give you guys a personal example. As me, I hate lunges. I don't like lunges. I've always hated lunges. I had knee surgery when I was in the Marine Corps, and I guess ever since I've had the surgery, lunges just felt funny. I don't like them. I could do single leg step-ups, barbell step-ups, dumbbell step-ups. I could do single leg press, I could do lots of single leg exercises. I can go down it like single leg TRX squats, but I just don't like lunges. I don't know why they feel weird, and I don't do lunges. I'm never going to do lunges. They're just something that if I had lunges in my workout program, I would not be looking forward to that workout. So you need to think about exercises. If me, in my case, I don't like lunges. Now, I guess I will go to John Doe on this one. I lied. But John Doe, let's just say he goes down the list, and it was none of these things, but maybe it was like a couple exercises he hated. He's just like, I don't like back squats. They suck. I absolutely hate them. Replace it with something else. Front squats, safety bar squats, goblet squats. You don't have to do back squats. Now, if you go down the list and you're thinking every exercise you don't like, you need to meet yourself in the middle. Just remove the ones that you really don't like and replace them with something that's more tolerable so that you want to go to the gym. There's one more point which I forgot to put here for food, but I'm going to go over that one as well along with this one. And most of these have been about training, or they have been about training. So nutrition. If you're changing your diet, one thing that people think you have to do is you have to eat nasty foods. And that's the main thing that's going to prevent you from long-term success in regards to nutrition, is eating foods that you hate. If you hate the foods you're eating, you're not going to stick to it. What I recommend is taking a couple hours, sit down, turn off all your stuff except one electronic device, go online and find healthy foods that you enjoy eating, Now, that could be a little difficult depending on what you regard as healthy. Obviously, I don't think meat's healthy, but a lot of people would argue against that. I have evidence to support my claims, but again, just, obviously there's some universal foods that everyone knows are healthy. It's fruits and vegetables. Make a list of a bunch of fruits and vegetables that you can include into your diet that you like, that you enjoy eating, that's something that's tolerable for you. That's something that you can do. If you're including broccoli and you don't like broccoli, but you like asparagus, or you don't like broccoli, but you like corn, or you don't like broccoli, or you like some other vegetable, don't include broccoli. I mean, I don't know why people think they have to eat like food that they hate to be healthy. You don't have to do that. So if you're eating foods you don't like, then that's automatically a big red flag right there, and that's something that you're not going to be able to do long term. Another food tip is, and this is going to be the last tip, but it's a big one, is portion control. If you are having problems with portion control, and that was my problem when I was overweight, was portion control, is that I didn't really have a problem with the type of food. Healthy foods I generally like, but I ate too much of the healthy food. I can eat a lot, and I had a problem controlling my caloric intake. So when it comes to portion control, what I recommend is you eat high satiety foods. If you don't know what satiety is, go online and look up the definition of satiety. Essentially, it's just the feeling of fullness. Certain foods make you feel more full on a calorie per calorie basis versus other foods. For example, 300 calories of watermelon is 2 pounds. That's 2 pounds of watermelon. And 300 calories of a candy bar is, I don't know how much, but it's barely anything. If you ate a candy bar and then you ate 2 pounds of watermelon, you're going to feel ridiculously full on the watermelon, and you're going to feel not that full off the candy bar, which is the main problem. Is if you're someone who likes eating large portions of food, eat foods that are high satiety and avoid foods as much as you can that are low satiety. If it's low satiety, you're going to have to eat a lot of it to feel full, and that's going to end up being a ton of calories. Nuts and seeds are one that I wouldn't eat a ton of because they are very low satiety. Most people who can eat a lot of food can eat a couple handfuls, and that's like nothing. They can eat big portions of like peanuts, almonds, things like that, which can end up being easily 700, 800, 900, 1,000 calories in just a snack. Whereas if you eat like fruit and things like that are high satiety, a couple hundred calories will make you feel full, and you'll be good for a good period of time. So that's the last tip that I want to give you guys for the New Year's. The main point of this video is to increase adherence. Use some discipline, but use some tricks, tips, and take these and don't do things that you absolutely hate. Make things easier. So essentially, do things smarter and use discipline when necessary. But remember, discipline is a finite resource. We don't have an infinite amounts of discipline. And those of you who solely rely on discipline and did the same things that you did before that weren't helping you see success are probably going to not succeed again. And I'm trying to get you guys to succeed. So if this seems too complicated for you, and again, I try to keep the advertising for my personal training at the beginning of this video. But if you guys want one-on-one training from me or group training, I offer in-person training at Self-Made Training Facility in San Marcos, California. You guys can go to their website and message me there. You can go to my website and message me there if you guys want in-person training. Again, I do one-on-one or small group. If you guys want online training, and this goes global, if you want online training in one-on-one or small groups, you guys can message me from my website or email me, jp@jpfitnesspro.com, and I can help you with all this. I can give you guys a good workout program. We can find out what's going on wrong with your nutrition, and we can help you reach those goals in the new year so you don't see that failure that you've seen before, so you can start succeeding. I want you guys to succeed. So if you guys want training with me, just message me on my website or comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. See you guys next time.